Hello, guys and gals. Also, welcome you to my channel, The Universe of Atoms. Guys, today I am going to start a new chapter for class 10 science. The name of the chapter is Acids, Bases, and Salts. This chapter is very important for board exam perspective, that is CBSE as well as state board exams. In this chapter, the outline would be in this way. In the starting, we will take introduction as well as your previous knowledge about the chapter. Guys, this chapter already you have discussed, or some knowledge already you have taken from your previous classes, like class 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, whatever we have studied in previous classes, here we will take that as the previous knowledge. First of all, we would start with the term acid. The term acid is taken from the word acidus, which means sour. The word acid is very common word, because in daily day-to-day life, we have come across many times. If we go for the definition or basic meaning of the word acid, which we have studied in earlier classes, then if we want to define acid, then acid can be defined as those substances which are sour in taste and those substances which are sour in taste and turn blue litmus paper into red one. This is the basic definition of acid. In this definition, there are two important things. The first important thing is that these substances are sour in taste, means if we taste them, they are sour. And the second important thing is the change in the color of the litmus paper. Acids turn the blue litmus paper into red. That is the important feature or important characteristic of any acid. If we go for the classification of acids, we can divide acids into two categories. The first one is natural acids or mineral acids. Natural acids or mineral acids. And the second category is organic acids. Guys, this classification of acids is based on the availability of acids in the nature. Out of these acids, some acids are already present in our body, whether others are found in nature. Now, if you go for detail of natural acids or mineral acids, then we can say that natural acids are those acids which are found in nature, or if we say for mineral acids, they are also found in earth crust, or they are made up of the minerals which are found in earth crust. For example of mineral acids or natural acids, lactic acid, very well known example, which is found in curd. Citric acid, which is found in citrus fruits like lemon, orange, etc. These are the some examples of natural acids. In this list, we can add some more examples like tartaric acid, which is found in tamarind. So, these are some examples of natural acids or mineral acids like lactic acid, citrus acid, tamarind, turmeric acid, tartaric acid, which is found in tamarind. Now, what is the meaning of mineral acid? Mineral acids are those acids which are formed from minerals which are present in earth crust. If we go for the examples of mineral acids, it includes the examples like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, etc. Mineral acids are very important for us as they are a very important part of our science laboratory. They are being used frequently in science lab. In this list we can also include hydrochloric acid, that is also the part of our stomach. It is found in our stomach also. The next category of acids is organic acids. The more details about these acids we will be discussing in this chapter, like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, etc. This classification is very important for us as it includes many types of acids. Now we come to the examples of organic acids like formic acid. Guys, formic acid, the word formic is made from formica, which is a Latin word which means red ant, and it is found in ant sting. Next example is acetic acid, which is found in vinegar. This vinegar or this acetic acid is very important chemical in chemistry. We will be studying in detail about these acids in detail in this chapter. So this is the classification of acids in which we have classified acids into two categories: natural acids, that is mineral acid, and organic acids. And all these details already we have discussed in class 6, 7, 8, 9. This part is the part, this part of is introduction part, which is just a recap of previous knowledge. Now the next topic, that is base. What is the meaning of base? What are the examples of base? All these things we will be revising here. If we go for the definition of a base, or a simple question, what is a base? The answer of this question already we have discussed in class 6, 7, 8 or 9 also. But the important thing is the definition. If we go for the definition of base, we can say that I think all of you know about the behavior of a soap. When we touch a soap, it feels smooth or slippery. Now, what is the thing in a soap which make it slippery? That is an important chemical which is the constituent of the soap. So, if you want to define a base, we can say that a substance or a base is a substance which can be which is bitter in taste, and feels soapy. So this is the basic definition. This is the basic definition of base, which already we have gone through in class 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if we go for some examples of base, we can include the following examples in our list. The first example is sodium hydroxide. Guys, this sodium hydroxide is very important chemical in our chemistry lab as well as in our daily day-to-day life. Next example is calcium hydroxide. This is also important, as we will be discussing more about this in further next classes. The next example is magnesium hydroxide. So all these examples are very important for us. We will be discussing about these in detail in this chapter. So a base can be defined as a substance which is bitter in taste and feels soapy. This is the definition. This is the basic definition. Now, one more important point. about the chemical nature or the chemical behavior of acid and base with litmus paper. So we can say change in color of litmus. Guys, acid litmus paper are of two types. Bicolor. It is available in two colors, blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. These are two types or two varieties of litmus papers. Now, if we go for acidic solution, if you put a blue litmus paper in an acidic solution, what am I saying? If we put an acidic solution, or if we bring a blue litmus paper in contact with blue litmus paper, then this acidic solution turns the blue litmus into red one, and the opposite is true for a basic solution. That is, a red litmus paper is turned into blue one. Red litmus is converted into blue litmus by a basic solution. So this is the basic difference. That is the basic chemical difference between an acid and a base, which can be used by which can be used or which can be distinguished with the help of a litmus paper. This is very important point because this would be used frequently in chemistry lab. The next important point is salt. The name of the chapter is acid, base and salt. Now what is salt? Very common. Salt is the product of reaction. A salt is the product of the reaction between an acid and a base. Between an acid and a base. Salt is the product of the reaction between an acid and a base. Now here two important things are that acid and base, these are two chemicals which react with each other and form a new substance that is called salt. The chemical behavior of acid and base is opposite in nature, but when they react each other, they nullify the effect of each other and a new substance is formed that is called salt. If you go for the examples of salt, the very common example is table salt, which we use for cooking, and chemically this table salt is sodium chloride. It is very common example of a salt, sodium chloride. Guys, the importance of this sodium chloride is too much. Even in our freedom struggle, it was the symbol of unity and it was popularized by our father of nation, that is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, M.K. Gandhi. But since here we are studying chemistry, we will not go in deep, that is the part of history, but still it is relevant to discuss. So that is the end of the video. I will be coming soon for the next video on the next topic. Till then, bye bye. Take care.